Hello, I'm a bit late. We had some technical problems here. I'm Tone, also called Semba Grandma or Mama Kizomba in Oslo. I don't do regular classes, but I help people and I try to inform people about what Kizomba and Semba is. And I'm going to take you through the very basics of Semba, and I'll focus on the music because Semba is the dance which came before Kizomba. We call it the mother of Kizomba. And when we say that we know the basics, we never finish with the basics because the basics are they have so many possibilities. So I'll try to go through with you some of the very basic. First, just copy what I'm doing and have fun, yeah? Do you hear that? Salsa, people. This is influenced of salsa is in here, or perhaps salsa is influenced by Angola and Semba. Okay, let's start. And another one. And another one. And back to basic. This is the basic. All the other things I did was just variations. New variations. Back. Back to basic. This music is so rich, it has so many layers of rhythms from Congo, it resembles salsa, samba, it has a lot of layers of music you can play with. So let's more. Those of you who dance Cuban salsa, you know this kachang, 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 kachang. Kachang, kachang. On the side the same. Kachang, 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 kachang. And back to basic. Heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light. Down and down. And down, and down, and down. Or if you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't like counting. So again, back, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. These movements you can use in couple dance, or you can use them when you just hear the music and you want to dance. Don't wait for anyone to come and ask you to dance. Basic, 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 down and down. So, the reason why I took this basic step, this somebody calls, they call it side to side, or we call it basic 2, and it's the step which we start the dance with. We always start with this, and normally the lady will start to do her basic, and then the man will adjust to the lady. Yeah. When people come to me and I do have some people who come to me to ask, oh, can you practice dance with me, or can you teach me? And I'm not a regular teacher, but I still help people to dance. And then we start with the basic, and then they'll say, this is basic 2. No, this is not basic 2, because basic 2 is a very kind of technical step, and it has a lot of possibilities to play with. Oh God, sorry, my neighbor is fixing his house. I hope he won't continue. Okay, so what I do, always, every step I take in the Semba and Kizomba is toe down, 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 yeah? And for the side to side, I make sure my knees are parallel. I don't do any kind of hip movement which is not natural. So I stop, and I stop, and I stop, and the hip movement comes because if you look at my hip now, when I go out, my hip will automatically go out. That's the hip movement. Then when I put them together, nothing happens. Out, in, out, in. There's nothing like in salsa, like there's nothing like that. It's out and in and in, and you see they are parallel. This is things you can do at home in front of the mirror. Make sure your feet, your knees are parallel. And there's also nothing happening in my upper body. Look, everything is happening from here and down. Yeah? Now my hip is free to move because I'm not going up and down. I pretend I have a roof over here. And I'm not also allowed to go like this. So everything is from here and down. And since I bend my knees, my hip has to move. And it's free to move. But let's try another one. Let's try this one. Now you block. 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 Then try another one. Just in front. Now your hip is free to move again. Just let it move. Don't force it. Let it move. And if you go out, this is also natural that the hip will move. So you don't force anything, because sometimes when I dance with women, because I also lead, sometimes when I dance with women, they do a lot of forced hip movements, and that makes it impossible to lead them. So I'll play another song and do this and feel what is really happening to your hips and how free you are to do things, or how blocked you are, you know, when you're not supposed to do anything. I'll play another song for you. One of my favorites. Wow. Those of you who dance samba, you hear the samba in this music? You can actually dance samba inside of a samba if you want, if you are free to do, yeah? So, and one, and one, and one, and one, and back, da, 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 da. See? Parallel. And now let's block. Block, 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 block. And this is not lady styling, this is actual movements you do in the couple dance. Block, block, block. You see, now There's no actually hip movement. The hip is just following your leg. Back to basic. Basic, basic, down and 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 down. Yeah. And out and out and out, out. You stick kacang, kacang. For you who dance Cuban salsa, kacang, 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 kacang. So if I just let my hip move freely, I don't force anything. See, it's moving. Okay, this is the side-to-side step. There's so many possibilities. You can just make up your own steps and do it your way. I'll continue with what I call the patterns of Kizomba and Semba. Kizomba and Semba are dances which are circular. And when I started to dance, it was difficult to teach because to teach circular dances are quite difficult. That's how the urban kids started. So if you find it difficult to follow me, that's natural because I'll be in a circular movement. How much time do we have now? 12. Okay. In Kizomba and Semba, there are different ways of walking. Actually, we already took this side-to-side step. That's one way of walking. It's also possible to walk one foot after the other. So if you walk on one foot after the other, you always do that in this direction. You can walk front, back, front. You can take one step, one. You can take 2 steps. You can take 3 steps, but it's always in a zigzag formation and always on that side. To teach this is quite difficult because you will never see the teacher one way all the time when you do it. The other way of walking, so it's actually only 3 ways of walking. This is the one. The first one is just walking, one foot after the other. The second way of walking is walk, gather the foot, walk, together, walk, together. That has many ways. You can walk round. That can be done in many different ways. You can walk slowly and stop, walk, stop. And it's always done in that direction. And I know that some of you know the virgula, which is when the lady goes around you. I'm always, when I show steps, is always as a leader. So if you want the woman to go, the movement to be more fast, you can go and you continue moving your body. So the woman will pass, do the cha-cha, as they call. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. I don't do any cha-cha because I'm a leader, but the woman has to do a cha-cha to follow my chest, yeah? So that's the 2 ways of walking. Let's do it again. The first way is I walk, zigzag walking. I take 3 now. 1, 2, 3. Back. 1, front, back. Front, back. That's one way of walking. The next way of walking is walk together. And you continue with the same foot. 1, walk, walk together. Walk, walk together. Walk, walk together. Or continue, walk, walk together. Then the woman has to follow you. Then the problem is, how do I get from this way of walking to that way of walking? There are two ways. When I start walking, when I'm on my way back, I can move. Do you see how now I change position? I just put my foot like this, and I change position. Then together, and I continue. Walk, walk together. That's one way. Walk. Let me do it again. When I walk and I'm on my way back, I can change position and together. Together. Walk, walk, together. Walk, walk, together. Then the other way is when I start walking, I can do the side to side. And then say, okay, then I want to change to the other side. And then I can start walk together, which is done in the other direction. So all the steps you will learn in classes are based on these principles. I mean, of course, you have, for those of you who dance a little bit of kizomba and semba, you probably know, for example, the saidas. And saidas is walking, one foot after the other. Walk, 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 walk. And then you do the change to go to the other side. I know this is a bit difficult because it's things you will probably not be able to copy now. But when you go to classes to learn kizomba and samba, you will recognize what is done in this direction and what is done in that direction. So let me just show you with some music. How much time do I have?
Den är 54.
So, my favorite bongo. Slow, slow, slow. And normally I will not start, doing walking or doing anything before the song starts. I will play with the side to side instead of doing a lot of steps. Now he starts. Now I can start walking. Walk, 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 back, 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 front. And now I want to turn. And I turn, put my feet together, walk, walk, yeah. Once more. And you see, I'm not doing anything with my feet. When I walk, it's natural. I'm not doing these kind of movements which some people think is a part of kizomba. I just walk. When I go back, I never go straight back because I might step on someone. So, let's try again. We'll start with the side to side. And walk, 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 back, 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 front, 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 back, 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 front, 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 back, 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 front, front, front. Listen, salsa people. There. I love Semba. There's so much different rhythms in the Semba. Let's start again. Side to side. And walk. Yeah? Yeah, you know, so, Semba is, we see it as a couple dance. In Angola, which I have been to Angola 3 times because I just love the culture and the dance of Semba Kizomba. And when they play Semba there, it's so close to their heart. And if the Semba is a bit fast, it's not used as a couple dance. That's what we do here. We do that here, and we learn something which we call Semba show. But normal Semba is the slow one, which you have heard now, and it's quite. They don't do a lot of showy movements. This is the kind of Semba which every Angolan will dance in their living room or in their wedding or in a neighbor party or, you know. So if you want to learn more about Semba, you can either join me here in my house if you live in Oslo. I open my house every Wednesday for practice. For people who go to different schools, they can come here and practice. We eat pancakes before the practice, the best pancakes in the world. And you can also follow me on my YouTube channel, where I post both following, leading technique, inspiration, and different videos. You can search on Casa da Tone, my house, and find it. Or you can search for my name. Please, I would ask you to donate some money for all these wonderful teachers we have here in Oslo. I'm not one of the teachers because I don't take any money for my teaching, so I'll give my share to the Doctors Without Borders. So please donate. See you!